Hi, welcome to Lily's Farm today. We are Animal Kingdom.
You were at Animal Kingdom the other day, so what are we going to do? We're going to do something a little different, right, Lily?
Yeah.
We went to the animation experience at the Conservation Station. I said it right. I had to slow myself down, but I said it right. The Conservation Station at Rafiki's Planet Watch, correct?
Yeah.
And we all did a drawing of who? Shere Khan from the Jungle Book.
Yep.
Here's Jenny's, right?
Yeah.
She's our mom's. She probably did the best out of everybody. We're not going to show you everybody else, but Marla and Gus were with us, right? We all did our own drawing. We filmed the entire session, so we would like you to try your own drawing, correct? And let us know how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Now, of course, you're not going to have the guidelines on here like we did, but you can see at the beginning of the video, you're going to see what the guidelines look like. You can probably draw those too, and then follow along step by step and draw Shere Khan.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to see how it goes, right, Lily?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Let's do this. Woohoo!
So what are we doing here, Lil?
Drawing.
Drawing?
Mother does first time drawing.
Is it your first time drawing, Gus?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know
And
how
you're
it's going, no.
and I hear you and Marla are quite the artistes.
Well, Marla has more expertise than I do.
Okay. Can you draw a straight line?
No.
No. All right. Well, this.
I actually got a B in college because I couldn't cut it a straight line.
Okay. Wow. This could get an interesting finish. So we're gonna keep you updated as it goes. All right, Lily, let's do it.
It's terrible. Shere Khan.
Shere Khan.
Thunder and lightning coming from the background. Little sound effect for y'all. There's this sheet of paper called the guideline sheet, which not only has that perfect circle ready for you guys, you're welcome. It has those extra lines and details. That way you can do the best sketch of a tiger ever. You all ready? Yeah. Okay, so before we begin, I will let you know we have to go very soft, very light, a little bit sketchy because we don't have an eraser. Neither do I. The reason we don't have erasers, especially for my little ones in this class, because I've seen a few of you, it's because I don't want you kids to be frustrated. Also, we're going to start working on the tiger's most important feature, which is his snout, his nose. So what we're going to do right on the top of the shape, right here, we're just going to trace that. Very simple little line. Nothing too crazy. And then all you have to do is from that curve, we're just going to follow it through and do kind of like a line going straight down right here towards the corner, right to this point. And then from there, we're just going to do another line going all the way down here. Making it very sharp, not too curvy. And then all you have to do is just trace the bottom part of that snout, which again is his nose, and go all the way around, following the same distance as this side. So we're at about here. And then to finish it off, we're just going to trace a line right here on the left side. There you go. Now, question for y'all before we continue. Any cat owners in the audience with me today? Any cat owners? Okay, we got a lot of them this time. So, every single one of us, we may know this as the nose letter. So we're gonna do like a boomerang shaped nose letter. Now, if you don't know what a boomerang looks like, don't you worry. It may come back to you. And if you didn't got that, it might have gone over your head. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna do that nice little boomerang shaped nose here, and then we're just gonna add his nostrils. And this is what we call a nose letter, but for all you cat owners out there, you may know this as the booper. Because once you see that cute, irresistible nose, you just can't stop and be like, don't ever do that to an actual tiger. I don't recommend it. It'll be the last thing you'll ever do. But if you want to boop at something, you can boop on your sketch's nose and be like, boop. Or you can boop yourself if you're a single writer in this class, or you can boop your neighbor or your family member right next to you, just for fun. Why not? There you go.
Hey.
And then what we're gonna do to finish off with the snout, we're just gonna trace this middle line right here. That's called the philtrum line. What is the philtrum line? I'm glad you asked. A philtrum line is this little teared up in the middle of our lips. We have not much use for it, but for some mammals, especially dogs and cats, the moisture from what the liquid that they drink goes up the line towards the top of their noses, just to keep them nice and cool. For most mammals, it's the sweat dripping down. For us, it's just there for no reason. But we're still mammals, so we have to have one. And then, what we're gonna do, we're gonna add some wrinkles in that nose, because Shere Khan, he's trying to be intimidating. He's trying to be like, okay, I can sniff a man cub. So he's doing this dig, like, in his nose. So right here in the corner where we started from that arch, we're just gonna do 2 wrinkly lines right there. And we're gonna add another one right about here. And then once you're done with that, we're gonna start working on the eye of the tiger. Something forgot that. So what we're gonna do, before we do the eyes, we're gonna add those eye patches. So the eye patch on my right looks kind of like a nut, like a walnut, while the eye patch on the left looks like a leaf. So right over here on the right, we're just gonna do a nice curvy line going up. Take it towards the side. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. And if you want some coloring pages, my friend Brian over here has some. Just raise your hand and let him know. And like I said, the eye patch on the left looks like a leaf. So we're just going to do a nice little curve going up, taking it all around, and take it all the way towards those 2 wrinkly lines on that snout. Now, he looks kind of sleepy, so we're just gonna add those eyes. And to add those eyeballs, they kind of look like even smaller leaves or like almond nuts. So we go towards my right over here. I'm just gonna do a nice little curve right about there. You can make the top line a little fake. That way he looks like he has eyelashes, because mammals, they do have eyelashes. Then just add a middle dot right there for that pupil. And right over here towards our left, not too close to the center, right about here. Nice little curve. Like so. Now, I want to ask this other question. I want you to all be honest with me. Just by doing these 2 eyes and that big snout. Is anyone frustrated already?
A little bit.
Okay, we got some hand risen, we got some yes in the background, we got some people nodding. Well, I'm here to warn you, for all the adults here, it's only gonna get harder from now on. For the kids here, you're getting good hands. So, we're gonna add something that Shere Khan has, but tigers in real life don't. Eyebrows. Yeah. So we're just gonna add those nice bushy little eyebrows of his. So we're just gonna do a nice line right here on my right. And then from there, just make it like big strokes of lines right here. Now when it comes to animation, the reason we add eyebrows to our animal characters is that way we'll know what expression they're emoting, or what expression they're expressing at that one particular scene. Because since Walt Disney, he wanted the viewer to relate to the character or to understand how the character's feeling. So we added these eyebrows to our characters, just so we know. And another thing about eyebrows is that the bushier the eyebrow, the older the character is. Well, the younger they are, the thinner they look. And another reason for Shere Khan having eyebrows, it's because they based it off the same eyebrows of the voice actor, George Sanders. Yeah, because he has these really big bushy eyebrows and he had this really big chin. So they have to add that to the character, because when it comes to animation, back then, they focused on a lot of like character traits and also the fact of like the mannerisms of the voice actor. So they wanted a lot of similarities with the voice actor with the character. That's why whenever you see the character and the voice actor like next to each other, you'd be like, okay, I can see the resemblance. Just because of those specific character traits or mannerisms. Now, we're practically done with the front part of his face, but we're gonna add some extra guidelines before we continue with our next step. What are guidelines? Let me remind you, are the blue lines you see on the sheet of paper that is helping us out do this sketch. So we're just gonna add a couple of extra more, that way that the tiger will look like a tiger and not like he just got out of the dentist, he has a root canal on his cheek. So right over here on this sides, right here, these two long lines, these are gonna be his cheeks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect this point here to that point, doing this extra line very softly. On a diagonal line on these two sides. Connecting those two sides from here to here. And then, if you go towards this point here on my right, we're gonna trace a long line going all the way down towards this bottom line. Like so. I'm just gonna be leaving a little space right here in the corner, because this is going to be the front part of that chin, and for the back part, it's going to be whatever's left over of this line all the way at the end, reaching it all the way towards the bottom of the circle. So, 2 lines, 1 big line here, and then 1 extra one down here. There you go. Very simple. So Shere Khan, he's actually the villain in the books, but in the movie that came out in 1967, he's more of an antagonist. And the reason I say this is because he's not much in the movie until the 3rd act, the top part of his head. So right here on his eyebrow on the right, we're just gonna do a nice diagonal line, kind of like a little curve, reaching that top point right there, over here. And then from this line, we're gonna do another one going all the way down, taking it out to do that 90 degrees triangle here at the corner. And once you're done with that head, you're gonna start working on his ears. Now, his ear on the left side kind of looks like a pizza slice, to be more specific. So you can either try drawing this line here, or you can go a little bit above that, not too high, not too low. And then we're just gonna curve it down for that pizza dough. And that even rhymed. And then from this diagonal line here, that point right there, we're just gonna do another curvy line, taking it all the way towards the side. And then we're just gonna take it down for that cheese. And then inside the ear, we're just gonna add some ear furnishings. Now a lot of mammals have these. Even your grandpa has these. It's based for animals. Actually, the main purpose is to protect their ears, and then also to make sure that bugs don't get in them. Now we're gonna start focusing on our ear on the right. So right over here from that first line we just did, we're just gonna do a nice curvy line, taking it up. Right about the same distance as this curvy blue line here.
Thank you.
And then all you have to do is just connect the 2 points right here. And then for the widest of the ear, it's gonna be boxed up from this corner. But to make it look more natural, instead of like very like squarish, just do a nice little curve towards the side. Now, in case you notice, we're not drawing like a front view of Shere Khan. His head is more tilted, looking towards the side. And you can tell by the way his ear looks, it's the reason for that difference is because he's trying to listening to something from one direction while his other ear is settled listening to another sound from another direction. Because not only tigers, they have sensitive hearing, but both of their ears, they move independently, not only detecting all the sounds coming from different directions. Like for example, I can listen to what's going on from this ear in this classroom while listening to that screaming kid all the way in the distance right back here. So, and that's how impressive are the tiger's ears. And so yeah, we're gonna do the inside of this ear right about here, kind of like a curved square, and then just add those ear finishings right there. Now before we continue with everything else, we're gonna add that little color separation because the top part of the tiger's fur is actually orange while the bottom part is white. So what we're gonna do, if you go to my left side of this snout here, we're just gonna do a nice curvy line diagonally going down, and then curve it up towards the side, kind of like it's bouncing. Then just take it down and curve it again. Now, what other tiger character reminds you that likes to bounce around all day long? Tigger, that's right, because he likes to bounce off every single day. So do that nice little Tigger bounce motion, and then we're just gonna add a diagonal line here, and then connect these 2 points. And then to finish it off, before we're doing the color separation on the other side, we're gonna add his muzzle. So it's gonna be like the top part of his lips. So what we're gonna do, Shere Khan, he's very intimidating, but he's kind of excited for his next hunt because he's hunting down Mowgli. So we're gonna do kind of like a nice little dimple in the shape of a question mark, right about here. And then from there, we're just gonna take it down towards the bottom of the circle. And then whatever's left over that bottom, we're just gonna connect it all the way towards that Philtrum line. Right here in the middle. I'm just gonna add another wrinkle right here as well. And then before we do the color separation on that right, we're gonna add the muzzle as well. So if you see this point here, like that little point right there, where my finger is at, we're gonna go a little bit above that and do a curvy line all the way towards this X because the X marks the spot. And then take it all the way towards the guideline we did earlier, right here on the right. And then to finish it off, we're just gonna trace a line going all the way down, kind of like a curvy line, about the same distance as the muzzle on my left. And then we're just gonna connect those 2 muzzles together, meeting towards that middle point. Now tigers, they can smell in high definition due to that specialized organ which is at the roof of their mouth. It's called the Jacobson organ in case you're wondering. It not only helps them identify that type of smell or that scent they're looking for, but it also helps them navigate through certain territories or even their environments. And then once you've done that cute muzzle of his, we're just gonna add the color separation on our right. So from this diagonal line, you're just gonna trace another one, kind of like right about there, reaching this point. And then you gotta do a nice curvy line reaching the bottom, and then make it bounce and connect it towards the side, like so. Now I'm just gonna zoom out a little bit, because right now we're gonna start focusing on making his chin. And like I said, his chin, the reason he has a big chin is because of the voice of the none other than George Sanders. So we're just gonna add that nice intimidating chin of his. Right over here towards my right, we're just gonna do a nice little curve, or kind of like a letter J. And then from this side, you can go a little bit outside the line to do that nice curve and taking it right about there. Now we're gonna add something because very specific, because I don't know if you realize, but tigers, they have fur. I know, shocking to most of you, right? Very shocking. So we're just gonna start adding that nice little fur right here at the bottom of his chin. Take it up, add a couple of floofs here on the side, then start curving it towards there.
The mouth that's in the mouth.
Now, has anybody got the chance to see our tigers in the Maharaja trek today or throughout this morning? Yeah? They're really cool, right? Very active, especially the fact that we have a new tiger cub walking around. His name is Boxo. He's adorable. He's kind of like a very ball of fur. Very cute. Now, we're going to start working on his cheeks. Now, his cheeks looks like paintbrushes or kind of like the bottom of a broom. So you can do like letter V's or extra lines or even letter M's. Whatever works out for you guys. As long as it looks like this, that's all that matters. It doesn't have to look exactly like mine. And interesting thing about their cheeks is that tigers, they use their cheeks to mark their territories. By rubbing their cheeks against certain locations or certain areas and leaving that specific scent, letting other tigers or other animals know that that is tiger territory. And cats, have you ever noticed when a cat greets you, they rub their noses or their cheeks or even their whole body, or they do like a figure eight around you? They're actually doing the same thing, leaving that same scent, letting other cats know that you belong to them. Yeah, for all you cat owners out there, the cats don't belong to you, it's the other way around. Yeah, it's kind of saying like, hey, this human is mine, don't touch it. And now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna add some whiskers because he is a big cat. So he has 4 whiskers on this muzzle and he has 5 on the right. So we're just gonna go 1, 2. You can do the sound effect if you want, makes it more fun. And like I said, he is a tiger. So what do you think tiger is missing? Teeth is a good guess, but we're missing stripes. Stripes, that's right. Because like I said, he is a tiger. So he has these boomerang-shaped stripes right around his eye section of his face. Now one thing that we want to mention before the end of the class is that our tigers, there are actually endangered species. Not just the tigers here at the park, but tigers in general around the world. Due to the fact of losing their homes, losing their habitats. So we do have this thing called the Disney Conservation Fund that not only helps the tigers right here at this park, but also the tigers around the world. So if you do want to help donate, you can go whatever's easiest for you. If you want, you can go to any of the merch stores here at this specific park, and whatever you buy, if you round it up to that $1, we'll match it. And that also counts as donating to the conservation fund. Or just do your research and check what other type of animals around the world needs your help. Because there's a lot of animals that are either becoming extinct or endangered species, like our sharks, and among other animals. And actually lions, they were endangered species for a while, like by the time that the Lion King movie came out back in 1994. But until we started helping and donating as much as we can, most of the lion population has been flourishing. But we're still trying to repopulate that lion population, similar with the tigers, hopefully in the next couple of decades or 2. So yes, we do need your help to help these poor innocent creatures out. Because a lot of these animals, they end up being hunted down as well, due to the fact of being treated or misinterpreted in terms of media or movie or even series. So like I said, help us out to help these poor creatures out. Because it wouldn't be fair that we're living our best lives while all these animals are just sad and suffering. So yes, do your research or donate to whatever you can. Or for the small kids, you can even put a penny or a quarter at the fountain right behind me. Like I said, whatever little thing works. And as you keep shading, I don't know if you realize, but you just draw Shere Khan. Very impressive, right? Give yourselves a round of applause. You did it! Good job! My honorary Disney artist. I know most of you are still focused on the shading part, but that's a good thing because that means that you not only you've learned, you can also say that you can draw Shere Khan the tiger. Add that to your resume. And since you're all honorary Disney artists, the last thing we're gonna do is sign our work. Put your name on it right here in the corner. And then once you're done with that, you put.
So here are our finished projects, Marla, right? So
Well, mine is not finished.
yeah, I know this is Jen's. Looking pretty good. And who's this right here? Is that Marla? Okay, your autograph's funky. Okay, so we got Marla. Lily is writing about Gus on here or something. Gus don't what? So
Okay.
yeah, Gus don't pay. All right. And then Gus is down here, looking pretty good. Looking really good.
Yeah. Because
And then there's mine.
I'm trying to board.
Lily, who's the winner?
Me.
You're the winner? Okay, yeah. Everyone vote for themselves. Is that how it works? Did you vote? Yeah, you.
Lily.
Yeah,
I'm voting
right.
for Lily.
Good job. You guys are all artistes. So, yay. Okay, so yeah, we filmed the whole thing. Try it at home, right?
Yeah,
so,
try it at home.
There you go. So, see what you guys can do. I know you don't have the cheating lines, but hey, that's what you get for not being here.
I can draw it at home.
That's
too,
right.
The guidelines.
Well, how did you do?
Really good.
You did. Did you like your final drawing?
Yeah.
As you made fun of Gus on there?
Yep.
Right? Wait a minute. Who got added here?
Wicked.
Oh yeah, that's right. What you guys didn't see the last time we were at Hollywood Studios, she did get her wicket. So yay. Hello, buddy.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay.
But, we hope you guys all tried the drawing of your own Shere Khan, right, Lily?
Yep.
And let us know in the comments how you guys did, right?
Yep.
We're pretty anxious to hear that one. So, Lily, I enjoyed it. Marla, Gus, Mom, you, we all had fun, right? So we'll see you next time on Lily's Life, right, Lily? You got anything else you want to say?
Just go to chain on Gummy Funny like it. Love you guys. Bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye.
Bye.